Okay, I am live. My camera is shaking. I'm trying to get it at a level that is stable. Let's see if this will help. Okay, is that good? It's kind of hot up, guys. But hey, guys, hi, it's Lynie at the Pinkhouse. This is my buff. For those of you that have a lot of hair, like I have nowadays, this holds your hair down. It keeps it protected when you sleep at night. And it's been a minute since I have had some content. And I'm coming on to tell you what's happening uh, with the Pink House to let you know I haven't vanished for good. But I got a whole lot of things going on, some health issues or what have you, that I'm working on getting together. And in the process, as the thumbnail to this live says, I'm closing out 2023 and looking forward to more in 2024. And so that is why I am live right now to let you know I am, as many of you guys know, I have some of the worst joints in the world. I've had both my wrists done, fingers done on both hands, and I have just the worst joints. I have terrible knees. And so as a result of that, I'm in the process of getting ready to have my first of two knees done. I'm getting the total right knee replacement, which is going to be in less than 2 weeks. I guess the 18th of January, I'll be getting my right knee done. And so I've been doing a whole lot of stuff in the behind the scenes, prepping for that, trying to get my place ready. Probably I may have uh, family come from out of town to stay with us. So trying to, just get things organized and set up for that. Probably the last original content that was seen was back in October, going into November, when we had the Breast Cancer Awareness Month Pink House Pamper Day giveaways, and that was awesome. That was very it's a labor of love from my heart. And again, I've thanked them before, but now I'll do it again. For those that sponsored it by adding items that went in our care pack, it was just such a beautiful, beautiful package that we put together this year. And so I thank everyone that made that possible, because it wouldn't have been possible without the supporters that helped me. And so I'm looking forward to 2024 in that regard too. But in addition, I'm looking forward to having a better quality of life. I have suffered with these needs of mine for, I want to say, for the last 13 years. They have really been just consistently, gradually getting worse. As many of you know, one of my highest rated videos on YouTube is me getting my bilateral knee injections. People like people having some pain going on in their life. So, yeah, and so it has been years of every 6 months bilateral knee injections for a long, long time. Part of the issue with my knees and why it has taken so long is that I'm a plus size woman, and being plus size, it makes it challenging for some of the places where you may go to receive your health care in regards to having certain surgeries. And so, I work at Hopkins. Most of my care is done at Hopkins. And at initially, when I injured myself, the thought process was that this would be done there, but they are very stringent about where your BMI needs to be. And so if anybody has a weight struggle, it's not easy to take it off. So I would fluctuate with a few pounds here, a few pounds there, but never enough that it would allow me to qualify for the surgery. And so that is why um, the every 6 month knee injections is what was helping me survive and make it through until we could have another alternative. And so the last set of injections I had, I think were in either October or November of 2022, because I was just in such dire pain. I mean, I was racked with pain, and I just implored my provider, we got to do something. Something's got to give. I'm miserable. And so he suggested that Hopkins physician that's now at Mercy take a look at me and see if he would be able to do it, because doesn't necessarily do it based on your weight, but maybe the size of your knee or what have you. So anyway, the long and short of that was in January of 2023, I had a consult with him, and he, funny thing, well, I expected it because I've had many providers tell me this, but when he looked at my x-rays and what have you, and he came in for the consultation, the first thing he said, well, here's the deal. They're both bad, and I can fix them. Which one do you want me to do first? So he left it up to me to select which one was, at that moment, giving me the most problem. And so we would address that one first. And at the time, it was the left knee. And so that was the plan. With him, the requirement was, though, I had to get my A1C under 7. And at that time, when I saw him in January of 23, my A1C was at 7.9. So I had some work to do, and so, and that's what diligently started working on, really, really paying attention to my numbers, what I was doing, working with, well, you know what, I'll tell you, it's interesting. For as long as I've been diabetic, I have always seen a nurse practitioner who was my provider. No one ever told me. So if anybody that's hearing this that's a diabetic, I would encourage you at some point in your health journey with diabetes that you make an appointment to see an endocrinologist, because that's very important if you have diabetes. Not taking anything away from our nurse practitioners, because I love my nurse practitioner. She treated me well. But and I'll explain to you why. And so I had never been encouraged or advised to see an endocrinologist. And so it was just a struggle trying to get that A1C down or what have you. But anyway, so at that point, I started doing what I could do to watch my numbers, maintain my numbers. And so I think the next time I had gone back, because you get your A1C taken every 3 months. And so the next 3 months, it had gone down from 7.9 to 7.6. So that was encouraging. So it was coming down. And so I was like, okay, so let me work on this and work on this. So it went the next 3 months after that, it went from 7.6 to 7.2. And in the midst of that, I needed one of my diabetes medications renewed. And when I reached out to my nurse practitioner, I found out that she had retired and was no longer seeing patients, and thought that I'd been contacted by the department to let me know, and I wasn't. And so at that point, I was like, you know what, let me see if I can get an appointment with an endocrinologist. And so I did. And well, no, in the midst of that, I'm sorry, let me back up. In the midst of that, before that, so when my A1C was at 7.9, I saw a cardiologist who just gave me a well check and thought everything was going good. But I explained to her what my issue was, that I was trying to lose weight so that I could get this knee surgery and what have you. And so she suggested that I talk to my diabetes provider about maybe giving me one of the, putting me on the Ozempic medication that would help with my diabetes, and may, in fact, help me lose some weight in the process. And so I was like, okay. And at that time, my nurse practitioner was still practicing. So I talked to her, and she gave me a prescription. And so I started on the Ozempic or what have you. And I saw very little weight loss, but I stuck with it. My weight wasn't necessarily coming down, but I saw the needle on my A1C decrease. So it went from 7.9 to 7.6. And then the next time I went back, it was down to 7.2. And by that time, I had been on the Ozempic for like almost a year. And I was like near tears. And I was like, okay, something's not working right. I'm doing what you guys are saying. I'm taking this like I should. And I'm not seeing a big difference. And my endocrinologist said to me that, there's a small category of people that Ozempic just doesn't work for. And I thought, of course, I would be one of those people. So then she put me on a different medication that I guess does the same thing, but it's a different formulation, which was Mounjaro. And that's what I've been on. And so when I went back, the last time I said, I think I was down to 7.2. And so I was so worried when I went in November to get my A1C checked. I thought, oh, I was just nervous. I was like, oh, it's going to be it'll be 7.1 or something crazy, because it seemed like it was moving, but it was going down slow. And so I, so then I went to the doctor, got it tested. And I'm telling you guys, when the lady said that my A1C was now 6.5, I screamed. I was just floored. I started bawling. I was so emotional. I didn't realize it, but I was so emotional because I really, really was trying to get these numbers down so that I could have the surgery done. So anyway, I immediately contacted my provider who was going to do my surgery, and that was slated for November the 30th. So I'm all set, getting paperwork and everything done for that. And I got a call mid-November that unfortunately my provider had a health issue that needed to be taken care of. So all of his surgeries were going to have to be canceled and postponed. And they're human. They're not, they're not God. So they have issues too. I understood that. But man, you talk about one of the most disappointing phone calls ever. It was. I was just so devastated. I was disappointed. But, I prayed for him to recover and get back to his health so that he could do what he needed to do for his patients that were waiting for him. And so when they contacted me again with a rescheduled date, it was going to be for January. And so far, everything seems like it's all systems go. I've gotten all my paperwork done, working in the background, like I said, trying to get things done. And so it's just a lot. It's been a lot, my mom's up in age, and so it's her and I. And so I'm trying to, make sure things are as easy as they can be, because I don't want to, be a burden on her throughout this circumstance. And that's something that's really, really important to me, because she does a lot. And she has her own health issues, and she tries to ignore things or what have you. But I don't want her, fussing and waiting on me hand and foot, because, she needs attention as well. And so I'm trying to get things situated so that it can be as comfortable as possible on both of us dealing with this circumstance. Needless to say, I'm excited, although anxious a little bit. I have a good close girlfriend that had her knee replacement surgery back on the 20th of November. And so I've been engaging and watching her progress and seeing how she does, even though I know every surgery is unique to the person that's having it and everybody's recovery is different. That has been encouraging to me, because I've always had certain things in the background of my mind when it has come to having the knee replacement and what have you. But I'm just going to do what they tell me to do, and pray for the best and do my part to make sure. And I'm happy to say that the Mounjaro is really helping me, because so far I've lost 16 pounds. So I'm pleased with that. And I've added some different elements into my diet and stuff to try to really help me overall for a better recovery and that type of thing. So it's just been a lot, trying to juggle a lot of balls and deal with my secular work, and everything. And that's been challenging too, because it's been new hires, learning new personalities and all that kind of stuff. And so it's been a bit stressful. And so it's just been a lot. So um, that's where I've been. That's what I've been dealing with. And that's why I decided today is the day I'm going to come and let you guys know what's been going on. I still been doing what Lynie does, and that's trying to put a smile on individuals' faces that are dealing with anything. I've gathered some things together, lining up some things for when I don't want to say, well, certain things I'm relaunching, and then certain things I'm just getting back to a regular schedule of regular, consistent content. Once I can get this situation under my belt, I'm going to try to go live as much as I can during this recovery process, to share some of that with you guys. I don't know how grueling it's going to be, but I will try to keep you guys in the loop to see how I do. And just tell everybody to try to look out for one another. Be kind. At the very least, be kind to one another, because that's what we need. We need kindness, and like I said, look out for each other, but be kind, because it doesn't take much effort to do that. And you can't look at people and see how they're really doing. You can't, and so you never know. That smile, the touch of a hand, the pat on the shoulder, that might be the interaction that someone really needs to help them get through that next moment. Not even the whole day, but that next moment. And so if you continually make it your aim to share kindness, to be a beacon of kindness to others. Not only will it come back to you, but you'll be putting out positive vibes in the world, and that's what's most important. That your footprint is one of positivity, because that's what I endeavor and strive for my footprint to be, and that's positive and encouraging. And just like everybody else, I had my ups and downs. I had my disappointments. All of those different things, but I try really, really hard not to let it dictate my personality. I love people. I've always been a lover of people, and I always try to do what I can to put a smile on people's faces, to let them know, if in this moment, whatever you're going through, if you're feeling alone, no, it's somebody out there that's thinking about you, having positive thoughts, regarding you and wishing you well. And that's me. And, because we all, like I said, we go through different challenges, different circumstances and situations, and then most of in addition to some of the other things that I do, I am a Mary Kay consultant, and I'm really excited about 2024. To get back to really helping to serve women in that way as well. And so it's just like I said, I got a lot on my docket, but the first priority is trying to get these knees together. Oh, and that was the other thing. So I've learned a lot thus far in this process of getting ready for this knee surgery, because what Mercy does is they have you, and maybe other facilities do it as well. But one of the things they do is they have you make a prehab appointment, which is like before you actually have the surgery, so that physical therapy can evaluate you. And so when I went in there, I was slated to have, like I said, my left knee done. And when they examined me and put me through my paces and stuff, the physical therapist actually said to me, she said, asked me why was I starting with the left knee. And so I told her the doctor gave me the choice when I met him at my consult almost a year ago, though. I said, she said, because I'm actually favoring my left knee now as though it's the better knee because of the way I'm walking, and like when I did steps, she said, that the right knee really was the weaker of the two and had very little strength in it. And so her concern was that if I had that left knee done first, I would not have a good rehab outcome because of the weakness and instability in the right knee not being able to support me for the rehab of the left knee. And so I thought, wow, this was really great, being able to come and have that prehab evaluation. And so then I had to go back, talk with my doctor, and so the decision was made that we would do the right knee first because I have to get them both done. So, since he gave me the option, now the right knee is the one that's showing itself the weaker of the two. So if I could rehab that one first and make that one strong, then it would be better when time came to do the left knee. So that's where I am with that. So, and I'm just gonna take it in stride, do what I'm supposed to do. Uh, you know, um, but I'm here and I'm eager to really start making more consistent content to share with you all. I love my audience. I love the Pink House. And I just wanted you all to know that. And that I have missed you. But like I said, I just had a lot of personal health situations and family things that needed attention. Uh, but I'm glad because my thought process was that I would have had it done November and be like that much into the rehab portion of it and getting back to whatever. But that didn't work out that way. So um, I'm gearing up for it. So yeah. So and as you guys know that have followed me on my I don't know how flat it is to my well, I'm not showing y'all this. Anyway, it's a whole bunch of hair up under this buff. And what I decided to do is to get it braided, just get it braided out of the way and stuff so I won't have to fool fit and worry about it while I'm going through this journey. Whatever. Just nothing fancy, just straight back and what have you. And so that's the plan for the hair. But yeah, I think that's about all I have as an update. For those that watch Princess Shenanigans, that's my cat. She's still up to her shenanigans. And I can't really think of anything else. That's the major thing that I wanted to share with you guys. What had been going on health wise, and but I am pleased with the numbers and that I see with my diabetes and everything. And actually with the Monjaro, I have to pay close attention because I can tend to run low. So I really have tried to make sure I have lots of sources of protein quickly at hand and stuff to help level me out so that I can stay away from those loads as well. And so that's what I've been working out as well. But I am definitely seeing the benefits of being on it. And even though I will tell you, being on these type of medications, man, it's like, when you get towards time for your refill and stuff, it's like you got to play a crapshoot trying to figure out what pharmacy is going to have it in so that you can get a refill. So that really has been the challenging thing with it, being able to get a refill or a full refill, because sometimes I've had to even get maybe one part of the refill and then have to play the pharmacy game again to see who would have the other part. And so that makes it very frustrating, but it is what it is. I'm hoping that somewhere down the line they'll have enough supply in the supply chain for it so that people don't have to go through that when they're trying to locate the refill for their medication. But at this point, it's just like you playing Russian roulette when it's time to get it refilled. So, but other than that, just pushing and pulling. That's my line, pushing and pulling. And I'm trying to think. I'm a cup girl. People know that about me, some don't. And so one of the latest cups that I have gotten in this guy gorgeous. Oh my goodness. This is a beautiful metallic pink. And this is by the Coldest Cup. So they had put that on sale early before like the holiday stuff started or whatever. Because I guess because it was new, this color was new or whatever. And y'all know I'm a pink girl. I love this cup, but I will say, just like many of you guys saw, I did see the lady who had the Stanley Cup and had the car fire, and that cup survived the fire and it still had ice in it. So I have been on a quest to get me a Stanley Cup, and I thought I had one. Of course, I wanted a pink color, whatever. I thought I had one from eBay, and that person lied and it never came. So eBay ended up refunding me my money, and um, so I'm trying to get myself one. Little birdie told me that something new is getting ready to drop at the Starbucks and Targets, uh, and so I'm gonna see if in fact it really does happen, and if so, try to score me the new pink one that the Starbucks inside the Targets are gonna have. It's only gonna be this limited edition inside the Starbucks and Targets. So I'm on a quest for that to be my backup cup, but I want one, and I want that. It's a beautiful glitter pink. So that's the latest score that I found. Other than that, guys, I'm still behind the scenes doing stuff, still, pushing and pulling and trying to work some things out. But I thank you always, always for being my audience. Because I still get comments and stuff that I read and respond to, and I appreciate it. So, like I said, if anybody else is going through a health challenge like I am, in addition to my regular community of women that's dealing with and dealing strongly with the ravages of breast cancer and any other type of cancer that people are dealing with, always in my prayers personally. For strength and endurance during those challenges. And now for those of us that are dealing with our joint issues or what have you, like I said, just trying to restore myself to a better quality of life, because I just don't know. I can't tell you when I woke up and I had pain in the knees, pain in the, and like I said, it's all my joints, pain in the neck, pain in the, and so to be able to try to alleviate some of that once I get a better knee, uh, that would be wonderful, and so to experience that, I'm looking forward to that. So if anybody's going through, like I said, any health challenge, you're in my prayers that you can meet it and deal with it successfully. And you'll be seeing me at the Pinkhouse. Again, thank you and love you guys. And I'll be back soon. Let's say sooner rather than later. Okay, looking forward to 2024. Take care, guys.